What if the person that you were chasing is actually closer than you think? My name is Jenny, and I want to start with a story of healing because that's really where SoulArt came from. In 2017, I was deeply depressed. I was disconnected from who I truly was because in my 20s, I got to be an epic traveler. I was really lucky. I got to spend 8 years living freely, and I didn't care about finances. I didn't care about anything. I got to be in the moment, moving across from ocean to ocean. I got to follow curiosity and adventure. But when I came back home to Canada, everything kind of started to crumble. I had no job. I didn't feel like anywhere was home base for me. I had no clear identifying path, and I started to lose faith in myself. Because when I was traveling, my main goal was to travel to all the countries in the world. It was kind of ambitious, but it was like my big dream. But because I came home, I felt like I lost that version of myself. I had to grieve my adventures. I had to let go of friendships that I've made, the freedom to travel whenever and wherever I wanted. My wanderlust did not want to be dialed back at all. I had this deep longing to escape the whole time. Should I study abroad? Could I marry somebody with a European passport? Who knows, right? Anything was possible. But then I had that internal conflict inside me. I felt invisible. I felt lost. I felt like I was moving through the motions of life. I tried really hard to reconnect with myself and my friends, but we changed. We both did. Everything felt different and kind of hollow. I became depressed, more anxious. I even thought that there was no reason to be here. The disconnection made everything harder. I tried conventional group therapy, CBT, and counseling, but it wasn't sustainable financially, so I didn't have consistent support. And for the first time, I had to find my own way to really process at my own pace through expression, reflection, and creativity. I found therapeutic arts, and something began to shift. This is the season when my creativity was completely blocked. It felt gone. My body felt exhausted. I didn't know what to do at all. There was a numbness to my life. I was so disconnected from any sense of play or imagination. I just kind of sat in that sadness. I sat in those feelings. I felt like I stopped dreaming. I stopped making art. I stopped trusting myself. I felt really unseen, but not just by others, mostly by myself. I was trying to function and survive and show up, but inside everything felt like it was muted or in black and white. My spark had gone quiet, and without creativity, my life felt so flat, so heavy, and so directionless. I didn't know who I was anymore. I didn't feel like I had that inner light that was shining bright when I was traveling. The disconnection didn't just break my art. It affected my relationships, my nervous system, and my sense of purpose. And the hardest part for me was believing that maybe this is just who I am now. I just get to be the shell of a person. But when I found therapeutic arts, I stumbled across it. I took a course. It gave me a chance to journal, to dance, to move, to use sound, even painting, writing letters to myself, to others. And eventually it brought in ceremony into my life. There was no pressure to be good or perform at all, just an honest expression. And for the first time, I wasn't trying to fix myself. I was listening. As I created, I started to begin to feel again. That depression started to just disappear, like the clouds parting. My anxiety loosened its grip. I started to regulate my nervous system without forcing it or holding it down. And it finally gave my emotions, my feelings, and my reflections a place to land. My creativity returned, and it wasn't like from pressure. It was like medicine. So through expressive arts, I didn't just cope, I actually healed. From that healing, a new version of me finally emerged. It was a person that just had more self-trust. Somebody was able to hold more pain and work through the transitions of life. And now I'm able to guide others using that exact pathway that saved me. And it's become the foundation of everything that I do here. So what I learned was this, that the healing that we've all been reaching for isn't about fixing anything. It's because we're not broken. It's about remembering who we are. When we feel lost, it's because we're not remembering. We might be asleep or distracted. You don't need to become somebody new here. You just need to come home to yourself. And this is the invitation to do so. That's what SoulArt truly is. It's something that's already inside of you. So I hope that this community provides that space away from the noise of life, back to your truth, back to your creative courage, stepping into a place of leadership in your own life, and maybe even for others, and ultimately creating real world impact from your heart, from your journey. Because nobody has your story or your experiences, only you do. This journey takes that version of you who might feel tired or scattered or overwhelmed or unsure, because we've all been there, but reconnects you to the version of yourself who is going to lead with creativity, grounding, intuition, and inner wisdom. When you step into this space and clarity stops becoming something that you're chasing and becomes something that you live, you become the version of yourself that you've always sensed inside you, but you just haven't fully stepped into yet. If this speaks to you, trust it. This is your whisper. This is your invitation for you to move forward and join this community. I'm so glad you're here. Remember, Carl Jung said, the privilege of a lifetime is to become who you truly are.